In this video, I will show you how to make this birch handle knife from a ball bearing roller, steel grade SHX15. Both front and rear bolsters are made of stainless steel. There is a Bakelite spacer in the front bolster. I generally try to share videos with only original and novel content. In this video, all the metalworking techniques I'm using to make this knife are traditional. However, you'll see two novel birch handle making methods that I came up with. These were my first baby steps in metalworking back in 2015. Hammering and shaping the knife's blade is quite simple. I shaped the ball bearings roller into a square cone and then hammered it into the knife's blade. The roller didn't have a lot of material, so I had to extend the blade's hidden tank with regular steel. To normalize the blade, I disconnected the torch and left the blade in the forge to slowly bring its temperature down. To quench the blade, I submerged it into a preheated oil with its cutting edge. This way, the cutting edge will be harder than the rest of the blade. Now it is time to check for inner cracks. If the blade gives a good clear ring, it is likely free of inner cracks. To shape the primary bevel, I used my modified belt sander with an extra large table made of laminated plywood and a simple homemade knife sharpening jig. The knife sharpening jig is made of steel angle and a piece of laminate that will increase the jig's footprint, thus increasing its precision. Admittedly, the primary bevels on this first knife are not ideal. My next knife turned out much better. Once we are done with the primary bevels, we can do finishing touches with the blade's tang and weld a threaded pin to it. I will lay out the cut lines on the blade and will use my homemade grinder jig. Safety disclosure: I don't recommend using this jig like I'm using it in this video, because it is not a safe practice. Please use your own judgment and discretion. The threaded pin will help us with the birch handle making. Okay, we are done with the traditional metalworking, and now I will show you some novel techniques I came up with while making the knife's handle. By using the hole saw drill bit, you can cut out perfect circles with a central hole in one step. In just a few minutes, you will have enough pre-drilled bark circles to make a cylindrical sandwich on the threaded pin. Now we need to glue them together. Most people use wood glue to do it. I decided to use the glue that is already in the bark that naturally connects its layers. Nature's glue is tar. All you have to do is boil the bark cylinder in water to activate the tar, and the bark cylinder becomes monolith, just like a piece of wood. I even had a hard time separating the bark cylinder from the metal washers and a pin I used to make the bark sandwich. The next step is to make the front and rear bolsters. I will cut two pieces of stainless steel and a textilite spacer as a decorative element to the front bolster. I drilled 3 holes in both front bolsters' metal plates, then enlarged the opening with a file so that the plates fit tightly on the knife's tang. Lastly, I made a threaded hole in the back metal bolster, using it as a holding nut to assemble the handle. Now, all we have to do is to give this handle a desired shape. I like this type of sloping shape for a handle. It looks good and it has a nice grip. This small knife is compact, but you can pretty much do any work with it while hiking or traveling. As I said before, this was my first experience in making a knife from scratch 4 years ago. Since then, I have gained a lot of experience in making quality knives, axes, draw knives, and other cutting tools. I have many unpublished videos on my external hard drives. I look forward to working on them and publishing them for you. I'm reminding you that I need your advice on what I should focus on first. If you like this video, perhaps you could share it with your friends. Let good people watch good videos. P.S. In the next minute, you will see a short demo of my homemade carpentry tools. Most of them were used to build my log cabin you can see in the background. If you haven't yet seen my other videos about my log cabin, transparent kayak, plastic wrap dome, fire carved furniture, or other bushcraft projects, I invite you to watch them. I think they would be interesting for you. This is Max Yegorov, St. Petersburg, Russia.